I've read that if life can remove someone you never dreamed of losing, it can replace them with someone you never dreamed of having. I still hear the movement on strings of acoustic instruments as you're laughing. I still hear my neighbor's heart cracking. Still hear your vehicle crashing. I read that if life can remove someone you never dreamed of losing, it will seem like this is how it had to be. We'll give you some kind of balance, and you can call that person a kind of absence of tragedy, as though people can cycle in and out, as though this pattern of something we know, like we can understand it. Like absence is not laced up, coming from places of panic, like the prayers that stare of the gravestone leave us anything but frantic. The place of death stands there, where hell is known. Cold opens from it like to tell that home's flown from here. The mellow stone's flown. The hell that grows from the home we've known, like the hell that grows but still leaves a hole. That telephone pole, that telephone pole. If life takes but returns to balance, if life returns to like an absence of madness, where we look upon your haphazard absence, where we look upon new faces and call your death anything but tragic, to the parking lot prophet, we miss you. To the hope we had before we lost it, you have only ever come around to create an issue. To want is to set yourself up to know what you haven't got. We've been wanting you back and wanting you back. There is only now this loss. There is only now the lost part of what you taught. There is now what we've created, what we've discovered, or we've caught. You will not be here to see the life we've created without a vision. I wonder if you can feel we created this life and you were still in it. I wonder if you can feel how you never really leave our heads, how day in and day out we still think about how you're dead. The end is a friend and who welcomes you. At least that's how I've always hoped that it happens. In the last poem I read you was truth inside me, and even if we found difference in the things we were trapped in, you taught me of luck and how the fragile things rupture. You taught me of the system and maintaining its infrastructure. I can turn my pockets inside out, like you taught me thou's taught me this, but it will not reverse the universe. Chose to close your consciousness, but it's also awfully obvious that all this is was taught to kids who chose to hold close to their own hope. The confidence was all that was required to survive handicapping drunkenness. Like human life can't become a headstone. Tell me now, what is this when we don't realize just how fragile until that object shatters? We don't realize we walk the line until suddenly the difference matters, until the weight of absence is just too great to just have this. We treat into hopelessness or sadness. It is not arbitrary loss. The odds are just not in your favor when we need to look to fortune as some sort of savior. Intoxication like a fish hook. Honest conversations like we mistook. All the haze's gracefulness, not the stable things been shook. Look what we have here. 1 year, 4 months. That incremental change, and I sit here pen and pencil while I become the very age that you were when you died, that you were when you could still hear all of our voices. Now I sit here heavy-handed with that bottle caught in the thought of the choices that we all have to make and we all have to hold. And honestly, the months are cold. We have apologies written up down the wall to say we are sorry you do not grow to be as old as the universe deserved. The universe deserved you, and with such little to understand, random circumstance hurt you in combination with your action, in combination with your vices, in combination with intoxication, created a conversation of crisis. If life can remove someone you never dreamed of losing, you can replace them with someone you never dreamed of having. If life had a mechanism for the movement of true things, you could see just how all of this life started sagging, how it all lost its weight, how it forgot its structure. And if you were here, you'd have the know-how and the luck to get it all back to how it's supposed to be, supposed to work. And we wait bated breath for the universe to balance and return you to us, or something similar. We're not so sure it's going to happen. Forget your laughter as time goes on. Still, I hear your vehicle crashing.